Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Uncle Chrissy. Appreciate everyone who is jumping on in with us here. Yeah, what's going on, man? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me today. As you can see, I went ahead and got myself a microphone, so hopefully this is going to solve all of the audio issues that I had during the live cop the other day. If y'all can hear me, please just somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Appreciate y'all. So again, if y'all notice this, I am doing this with StreamYard today. So we don't quite have the live chat. So I'll be adding everybody's chat to the video as soon as possible. But if I don't see me getting to y'all, please don't take it personal. Just me trying to figure out how to work this. Brandon Belstad, what up? What up? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sanu, Johar, I hope I pronounced that right. Appreciate you for tuning in. Boom, boom. Reggie Galloway, I'm not the GOAT, man, not even close. But thank you for tuning in with me, my guy. And I do apologize, Mr. Galloway, for giving you bad information about those phone posits, especially if you're in the DMV area. Those are not going to be an easy one. I checked on stock today, and that's not going to be. It's not going to be fun. I promise. It's looking pretty light, and especially if you're in the DMV area, we know how hard the DC streets go for that shoe. So, good luck to you. Is about the best I can say on that. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to operate this microphone, y'all. There we go. I think that's it. All right, there we go. So, yeah, we're gonna try. I know, man. I know. And like I said, the sneakers app it's not looking great in terms of stock. So, good luck. Brandon Belstad again. What up, Martin Riggs? What up? Appreciate everybody. Not bad pronunciations. Pronounced Sanu. Sanu. All right, cool. That's what I thought, to be honest. And then I saw the O and got a little bit self-conscious about my pronunciation. So I apologize if I missed out on you right there. So without any further ado, so today we are here at the Drop Shop. Thank you all, everybody, for tuning in with me today. I've had visions of, starting my own podcast for a little while now. And we did one episode a little while ago with my man, Nature Boy Chuck. And I want to do this thing a little bit more frequently. To be honest, it's just a matter of finding the free time in my day. Kenny, what's good, man? Appreciate you for tuning in, brother. I do. Give me 1 second here, y'all. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a little bit while, and I apologize for not getting it up a little bit sooner. I think we did the first one around the beginning of January with Chuck, and it's just a matter of finding the free time, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not that easy for me with my schedule these days, but it's important to me that we got this on and popping today. So I like to do things a little bit differently. A lot of folks like to record their podcasts and then have a lot of editing going into it, and that's just really not my thing, and I don't really have time to go into it. So I like to do it live. Let's do it live. Let's do it. One shot, one kill. You get your one take. No editing. If it goes good, great. If it doesn't, well, it happens. I do have a special guest coming to join us today for the conversation. Got my man Crew from the Real HHSB Crew. Y'all know him on YouTube. You've seen him plenty of times before. That's my guy. I did a quick little spot on his show maybe a week or so ago. And yeah, he's going to be joining us here. And I don't know, maybe 10, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Not too sure, but it's going to be fun for sure. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what happened over the course of the past, I don't know, couple of weeks with sneakers. Obviously, the big story is the breads, the fours. These right here, the Jordan 4s that everybody was after. This was by far the biggest release of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the biggest release of the year on the whole. Like, this release was absolutely massive. It was major. And it went down exactly as we thought it would. We had the shock drop come through February 6th. A lot of people were able to get pairs. We did the live cop for that. Thank y'all for tuning in on that. And again, real quick, everybody, if you can, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. It really does help out a lot with, getting some numbers up on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. If you haven't done so already, I really, really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. So Yeah, the 4s, we had the shock drop on the 6th. Everybody was able to get a lot of pairs, and the stock was absolutely massive on these. There's over 500,000 pairs for just the US of just the men's size. And it was good. You know, there was a lot of pairs to go around. A lot of people were fortunate enough to get their shoes. We had JD do the exclusive access. A lot of people copped through that. My brother was able to get his pair through that. They had the in-store and they had the online. But that was really, really good to see. And then Anthony, I am so glad you brought this up because this was absolutely major what you're seeing right here. Snipes. Snipes honestly jumped up my list to right behind JD and Finish Line of the most manual friendly sites. They did a really good job. They do a really, really good job with bot protection, with their queue system. They're able to weed out a lot of people. They were in line for 2 hours and was still able to get their size. I think I posted something about this at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon that there were still sizes available up on Snipes and people were able to get it. It was kind of nuts to tell you the truth. Props to Snipes, man. I give them a big, big shout out. Whatever improvements they made to their queue system, they really, really did it well. For those of you who haven't seen them already, I'll give you a quick look. This is a pair from the shock drop from Nike. You see the leather is kind of the main feature of that. That's what everybody was after. That's what I was after. I like this a lot better than the Nubuck. The Nike Air, for some reason, maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but it looks a little small compared to other Nike Air back taps. I put it next to my pair of the Reimagined 3s, and it's I don't know, it just looked a little bit small. It's kind of weird. But yeah, Snipes, props up. No doubt on them. Nice on you, Snipes. I don't know what else to say about that. Jay Miller, can we talk about the acetone for us? Yes, we can absolutely talk about that. We are absolutely going to talk about that, my guy, because that is a big one for me. The Spizak bread dropped if you went ASAP. Hopefully you were able to get your pair of those. Again, everybody, like I said, I'm doing this on what do you call this thing? StreamYard. So it's a little bit harder for me to get through the chat. I have to edit everything manually. So if I don't get it to it, if I miss one, I apologize. Please don't take it personal. But if you can, drop your boy a like and drop him a sub on this video. So help me get it up there. Yeah, Snipes had all sizes, but not big ones. I think they went up to 14. Maybe it was 13 if I'm wrong. But yeah, they had pretty much everything. You know, usually those real big sizes, only Nike gets a hold of those. If you're looking for like a 16, 17, 18, it's very, very uncommon that anybody else gets a pair of those. Snipes hasn't shipped. I wouldn't stress it. Snipes is pretty legit. They're one of those kind of all or nothing sites where it's just like DSG, where they ship immediately or either they ship in a week. But Snipes is pretty legit. You don't have to worry about them canceling pairs like a lot of other sites. I mean, maybe you do. Yeah, you know, you see this right here. F&L and JD were canceling orders left and right. I heard Foot Locker did the exact same thing. I hate to see it. I hate to see people think they got a dub only to be robbed. I don't know what happened here. I really don't. Instinct tells me that their pairs got shipped out the back door. To be honest, that's really what it adds up to me. So that's kind of what I'm guessing about this, is that their pairs kind of shipped out the back door. I hate to see it, especially if you were able to get your pair and got all hyped for it, got all excited. It's just not fun, man. I really hate to see people get taken advantage of like that. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they had a problem with their system, their queue, their reservations. I don't know. That's just what it looks like to me on the surface. They had a few sizes over 10, but I didn't cart. I mean, if you can't get your size and you can't get your size, you know, hopefully you were able to get something at least on there. Thanks. I jumped on it. So as soon as you tweeted a few sizes left, got the dub. Love it. 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 Yeah. So this release was a hard one for sure. Like I said, they could have made 1 million pairs of these and they still would have sold out. And that's pretty much what happened. They made 500,000 pairs of these and they sold out. They sold out pretty quickly. Like I said, Snipes, because of their queue system, 2 hours later, people were still getting through for pairs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're not done with this release right here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little bit more coming on this release. I wouldn't be surprised to see a sizable sneakers reserve or one of those second chance drops, or perhaps a in-store release of this pair. So the in-store release was by far the cook. That was major. I am very, very proud of what happened on that in-store cook, because we put this up there first for everybody, I think Monday, for everybody to see. I think we put this up there Monday along with the store list of everything. Not everything. I think I had probably about 90% of the stores. I didn't get back in on all the Unites. I wanted to, but it just didn't happen. So the Unite pair, the Unite stores, I didn't have it, but we had this list up for everybody over almost a week out, ready to go for everybody to get their pairs. And as you can see here, a lot of folks were able to get their pairs. People talked about, they walked in, they copped them, they were in and out less than 20 minutes. Some people say they got there right at release time, right at 10 o'clock when they opened, and there was absolutely no line whatsoever. So I am so glad to see how this went down. You know, I was the only person to put this out there for everybody. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but please, if you rock with me, rock with me. Let other people know that we were the only people I was the only person to put this one out. So I'm so glad to see that everybody was able to get their pairs. Not everybody, but you know, a lot of people were able to get their pairs from Nike. So at the Nike store. So give me one more quick second. Yeah, a lot of people were able to get their pairs from this drop, and I'm ecstatic to see it. I'm ecstatic to see that we were able to help some folks out and help them get their pair. So that was a major one for me. I'm very glad to see that go down. Let's see, Kenny Porter, what up, man? Appreciate y'all and everybody else in the chat. I really do. You know that. Kenny, I've seen you around a lot of names up in the chat. It means a lot to have each and every one of y'all here with me. It really does. It really does. So we got a decent week coming up here today. I'm a little bit behind on my release notes for the week, but we do have some pretty cool low-key drops, which I'm pretty excited about. So we got drops that are, you know, they're not Jordan 4s, they're not Breds, they're not Dunks, they're not SBs. We got some really cool stuff going on. Please keep in tune. I'm going to have the release notes coming out probably by tomorrow for sure. I'm going to try to get it out today, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. So hopefully we'll get it out early tomorrow. But we got some cool stuff going on. ASICS has, I want to say, 3 different collabs going down this week. We have the Earl's Collection ASICS. We have the, what is the Kiko, I forget how to pronounce the name, on the gel terrains. And then we have the CP company going down for the CP company going down on the what's it called, the Gel Quantum 360s. Really comfy pair. Hopefully it happens. We have the Airships going down from Awake NY. 2 different pairs of those, one with the red collar, one with the blue collar. The date is tentative for tomorrow. I haven't seen anything 100% lock that date in. So I'm a little bit skeptical of when and how we're going to see that. And hopefully we get that ready to go for tomorrow. We got another couple things going on. We got Serena Williams dropping an Air Max. We have Supreme doing the IPO, if you will, of the Nike Air Max DN. I'm a little bit surprised to see Supreme do that, but it's really cool that they are allowing them to do that. I'm mildly intrigued on that pair. I really am. It's really cool. I like the different what do you call it? The outsole of that. Nike's making a big deal out of the technology behind it. I don't know enough about that to speak on it, but I am going to do my homework to it. And it's cool to see Supreme getting the opportunity to roll that one out first. After that, we got some other low-key stuff. We have we got the Bodega Saucony Grid Azura 2s. And then this weekend, we got the Jordan 1s going down, the black-white pair. We are not using the P word. We're not using the P word to describe sneakers ever again. I promise you we will never ever use that word. Definitely not on the drop shop. You're definitely not going to hear me say it ever again. So these are black-white, okay? They are black-white. We're not using the P word to describe that pair. But it's cool if you're a customizer or something. It's a pretty basic, pretty clean pair. But if you're a customizer, this could be a cool one to mess with. There's also the undefeated Humaras dropping on Saturday. So they did 2 pairs of these already. I want to say it was December. I could be wrong. It could have been January. I'm not 100% certain on that. But they did 2 pairs on those already. And then they have I think it's like this Mentha green, they're calling it, but it's like this, it almost gives me like Nike LeBron Miami vibes. It's got that kind of color to it. It's really loud. For some reason, it's growing on me because that loud, outrageous color is not my cup of tea. Absolutely not. But we got that pair, and then we have the real undefeated, what they're known for with that olive green or cargo khaki, I think they're calling it, that colorway, which looks very similar to the original undefeated 4s. It looks like that. It's got the olive green. I think it's got some orange on the undercarriage, but a pretty cool pair. If I'm going to go for either one of them, it's probably going to be for that pair, but who knows? I doubt I'm going to actually go that route. Who we got going on here? Daniel Coronado, what to do, Unc? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in, my guy. I really, really do. I see my guy just joined in backstage. Crew, what up? I see you back there. Hopefully you can hear me. We're going to get to you in just a few minutes, my man. We got a special one planned here. Kenny Porter, top 3 pairs in store. Surprised my brother gave him a pair. That's nice, man. That's real nice. I love to see people pay it forward like that. That means a lot. That's cool. Wore your 4s this weekend. Was able to wear them all day. No problems. Can't do that with a suede pair. I think that's also got a lot to do with the new cut. You know, using that SB4 cut. I thought the same thing. You know, I thought it's definitely a little bit more comfortable than the other pairs of 4s I have. I haven't worn mine yet. Hopefully after a few hours to feel the same way. Sean, I'm so sorry, my man. I really am. Hopefully they make it right for you, and hopefully you get another chance at these. Like I said, I don't think we've heard the end of this drop, but that's that. The store list was great. That's how I cop. Glad before I called a coworker. Said as of now, they have none. Coworkers lie. That is one thing we've learned on this. Calling the stores, Nike stores, DSGs, those people lie because they don't want to deal with it. Trust me, when I put out that store list, it's beyond reproach, regardless of what they tell you in store. But I'm glad it worked out for you, my man. I really am. Yeah, I know, Super. I know. I hate to see it. Let's see. The store list helped out a lot of people. Yeah, again, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad it worked out for so many people. It's a big, big deal to me. That's kind of the reason I do these things, man. I'm really happy to see everybody. I'm really happy to see them go after it. Cousin streamer right now, he thought the price was going to drop after the GR. It will. I think it will. Again, I'm not here to give you financial advice, but those Nike pairs haven't shipped out yet. Barely any of the boutique pairs shipped out yet, but you will see them. Sorry about that. But you will see them drop. I'm guessing sometime in the next week. When those pairs ship out, you'll see them. Dapper Fur, what up, y'all? What up? Appreciate you. Little fist pound. Apple Juice City, good morning, fam. Appreciate you. Again, with this chat room going on StreamYard. I do have to do things manual. Any news on Trophy Room Low? I don't think we have a chance. I know there's going to be a sneakers drop for that, but it's going to be a little bit later on. I heard that pair got pushed to March. We need them foam pauses. Good luck, my man. Good luck on those. I mean it. So really not leather, and store list was posted on Twitter. No, I posted it here on YouTube with links to it on Twitter. So hopefully you're able to get it. So there is one more thing I want to talk about with these Jordan 4s before I move on from them for good. One more thing I want to talk about, and then I'm done with this pair for good. Somebody touched on it earlier in the chat. I don't know who it was, but yeah, let's talk about this here. So there was a customizer on Instagram who said he rubbed acetone on the leather, and sorry, I almost cussed. I want to make this a family-friendly show. He customized it by rubbing acetone on it, and apparently that stripped away the pebbled finish. That stripped away the tumbled leather. You can see the pair on the left is what he acetone. The pair on the right is the DS pair. He did say that he, put on a coat of flat black. But what the actual hell is this about, Nike? Top pair, bottom pair. Top pair has been acetone. Bottom pair is DS. I am kind of at a loss for this. I admittedly don't know a whole lot about the specs of leather, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to happen like this. I'm pretty sure that it's actually supposed to stay. It's actually supposed to be the texture of the leather. So what happened here, Nike? I need some answers. I'll run it back for you again if you haven't seen the video. It was all over. Again, you can see it right here. You can see the pebbled leather. Admittedly, it ain't super thick. It ain't super dense. But can somebody at Nike give me some answers here? Did we all get duped? Like, is this just some sort of stamp on after the fact? I don't know what's going on. Or is this, I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all think happened right here? Is this okay? Is this not okay? Do more shoes do this that I just don't know about? But I ain't cool with this. This is not cool at all. Oh, crazy, man. Everybody saw it. It's wild. Yeah, I know. I don't know what to make of it, but I am absolutely not excited about it. Absolutely wild. Yeah, so there was one other story from this week that I did want to touch on. And it caused a bit of a stir. I caused a bit of a stir with this one when I put it up on the Twitter. So here we go. Let's dive into this one right here. Got to take away the chat for a quick second so we can hide it. Another customizer posted this video. Kicksfinder retweeted it. That's how I got a hold of it. And what do y'all think about this right here? What do y'all think about this right here? You're taking a pair of Thunder 4s and you're customizing them into Black Cats. I got a pretty strong opinion about this one. I do. I really would like to hear what everybody thinks about in the chat. And let me know what y'all think, because I am of the belief that these are reps. These are absolute reps. Yes, it's an authentic Jordan. Okay, let's get that out of the way. It's an authentic Jordan. It's real. It's legit. It's presumably a real Jordan. I don't know that it's been legit checked, but I'm presuming that this is a legit Jordan, right? This is an actual Jordan 4, but this is a rep. This is a replica. This is not a Jordan 4 custom. This is a rep. This is the same thing as a knockoff pair, in my opinion. It's an imitation. Absolutely. It's a custom imitation, period. Resale value matters not. Sinclair, my guy, you know I rock with you. I could not agree more. Resale value absolutely does not matter on this at all. So this to me is a replica. You're taking something that is not what it is and you're making it look like something that it actually is. This to me is the same as, you know, maybe taking a plain black t-shirt and slapping a Hellstar logo on the front of it, or taking something that's a little bit different, a little bit materials from the same brand and tapping in with it. Like I don't respect this whatsoever. And this goes the same for everybody, not just because it's somebody spray painting a pair of shoes, but this goes the same for everybody. For all those people that, you know, a while back it was popular to make the 101 bespoke Jordan 85. That's a rep. You're building something that is already in production. You're making something that's already been produced. It's a rep. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. If you are a person who's going to go through and make a colorway that we've never seen before, you're going to make something brand new, I got all the respect in the world for that. I dabble in that myself. But this has been done already. Like, this is not, I don't give you any respect for this. This is a rep. You're replicating the Black Cat 4 because, yes, resale value is through the roof on it. These Thunders are a lot more accessible. I get it. You don't want to spend the money on it. I get it. But it's a rep. It's a replica. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's nothing custom about this. You didn't create anything. You replicated an existing design. That's what it is. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Rep materials are cheaper than real Jordans. Yeah, if you're talking about the ones that are actually physically built from the ground up, yeah, they're probably a little bit cheaper, but I'll be honest with you, some of the ones that I've seen lately, you can't tell the difference. The materials are just as good. Some of them might actually be a little better than some of the quality that you're seeing on Nike. Who knows? Maybe some of the Rep 4s actually have real pebbled leather on this. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a rep? Is this legit? What do you think? Like, what's going on here? Because I feel pretty strongly about this. One second, just about to bring up our featured guest in just a second. Getting them locked in. What do y'all think about this one here? Is this legit? Or am I just playing myself here? It's basically a clone car. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it's a similar brand. So if you took a Mercedes-Benz AMG, would you actually just slap the logo on the back and call it an AMG if it's just a regular Benz? I don't know. Seems like that to me. Juno Mars. Yeah, you're right. I hope so, man. I really do. I really, really do. But in just a second, I'm going to bring up our guest here for today and get to the real conversation. I'm sorry I had to go on this little rant over here. But yes, this to me is a rep. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a replica of an existing pair. It's literally the Webster's Dictionary definition of it. I swear to God. I personally would never do this to my Thunders. It's one thing to customize like how you like AD Sneak does, but it's referencing a shoe that's already known. I couldn't agree more. I've never seen, you know, Mash or Shoe Surgeon or any of these guys actually create a shoe that's already in production. But to me, that's what this is. This is a shoe that's already in production, so I got no respect for it. But without any further ado, we're going to dive into the conversation today. I wanted to have a little bit of a talk about collaborations. We've seen collabs come so hot and heavy over the course of the past 2 years that it's absolutely giving me a little bit of fatigue. So hit up my guy. Y'all know him from YouTube. Y'all know him from Instagram. He's one of the best out there to do it. My man, HHSB Crew, my guy Crew. We got you coming in. He doesn't know I'm about to do this. I got a little bit of intro music here for him. So my man, I apologize if I do this wrong, but here we go, man. I'm about to bring you up. I got you, right? That's it. That's your jam, right? That's what we do with it, right? Yeah, buddy. I had to bring you in proper, my man. Are you up here? I can't hear you. Let me try this. Are you good now? I can't hear you. I think you might have yourself muted, brother. Can anybody else hear him, or is it just me? Can't hear Crew, can't hear Crew. All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so we're going to get him back in just a second. But yeah, today's conversation that we wanted to have is about collaborations. We've seen them come so hot and so heavy over the course of the past year or two. Give me 1 second over here. I'm going to try to get him back in just a quick second, y'all. Give me 1 second. We're just trying to get Crew tapped in here.
Work. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, buddy, we can hear you.
My intro again, man. My bad. Let me.
Let me get you queued up here. Let me get you queued up.
I messed it up. That was my bad. Let me go out.
It's all good, man.
Let me go.
Here we go.
Hey, y'all know, man.
You do it for everybody. I had to do it for you, right?
Good morning. Yeah, man. It's a Chicago thing. All right. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I messed it up. That was my end. That was my end. Last time he was on my channel and I had Discord muted and I couldn't hear him. I was like, bro, it's probably just your speakers. It's on you, but it was my bad. So I'm sorry, man.
Hey, technical difficulties are kind of my forte, bro. That's kind of my thing. It's what I do. So went ahead and got myself a little bit of a mic. Hopefully that solves some of the issues for us today, man.
No, you sound great, man. You sound great.
Good. Well, first off, brother, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to kind of keep it quiet for just a few minutes. Like I said, with StreamYard, I got to kind of add that to the screen, but I promise y'all we're going to get back to it. We ain't going to skip out on anybody. Just please don't take it personal. But again, we got my guy Crew here, the HHSB Crew. Y'all know him from YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Please drop my man a follow. But he's one of the best to do it with the live streams. And I saw him mention something on his show a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to have this conversation with anybody. So thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in with us today.
Thank you for having me, man. Like I said, I really appreciate it. I mean, I see what you're doing already, and I think it's a good thing. Your information is always on point, and you're a great guy. Like I said, we've been talking behind the scenes for a while before we even started doing this. So I really appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button for Uncle Chrissy's video, man. It's the most important metric that YouTube uses to blast out your streams and everything. So make sure you guys are consistently hitting that like button. I thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, bro. And definitely do the same for him. When you see his streams, his crucial hours in the morning, do that same thing. Tap in, drop him a sub, and drop him a like. But Yeah, so I wanted to have this conversation about collabs, man. And like I said, I've been watching your show for a little bit, and you seem like a good one to have it with. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, collabs have just been everywhere for the past year or two. Like it's been going non-stop. I mean, what do you think? Is this like a good thing? Is this are we on the verge of overkill right now? Like, what do you think?
So here's my thoughts on it, bro. Like my thoughts are Nike specifically, and Nike, if you're watching, don't hate me for this, but Nike
They watch
specifically,
everything. Don't let them get you.
I know they do, bro. Like I feel like I say stuff and I'm like, nah, there's no way they're watching me, bro. But I said it even when we were
They
talking.
watch everything.
But I really think that they're just they've ran into an unfortunate level of we can't replace that guy. Like with Off-White and Virgil, they lost it. That was something we really, really look forward to nothing that they can control. And then you start seeing things with like Clock going downhill and not hitting as hard, and Fragment not really doing as much, and Union just kind of falling by the wayside and putting out stuff that we don't even care to see.
Never
I
heard
mean,
of before.
I'm not saying that some people don't like it. Like it has a place for some people, and I'm not the guy who calls a shoe a brick and is like, yo, like that's terrible, you shouldn't like it. Some of you guys like the Cortezes, which is cool, not really something that I loved. And we're all looking for that spark of like Jordan 1 Union. Like we want that again, but Union's not providing that for us. So I think that they've kind of overdone their welcome in the collaboration space simply because they're just the largest. Pause. they're the largest. So I feel like they kind of overdone their welcome. Whereas on the other end, Saucony, J Tips, we're getting a Bodega Grid from them that looks kind of fire. Everybody's kind of interested in that.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a moment right now.
Right. You see what I'm saying? They're interested in that. We got Asics. Hidden just did a collab that was kind of fire with them. New Balance is kind of peeking out, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if they're like really still doing this, but they're peeking out.
Yeah.
But I still think that there's better collaboration opportunities outside of Nike.
Yeah, I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. And I definitely want to come back to that. But I'm glad you brought up Union because, Union, when they put out that Jordan 1, like, first ballot Hall of Fame, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Both pairs, Cooperstown immediately. Yeah. But it's like, I agree with you. It's like they went back to that well too many times. Exactly. And, you can't go back in and do the Jordan 1 again. I get that. You're not going to run the same gag as you did before, even though they put out more pairs of the Jordan 4. But in a way, like I respect Union for stepping outside the box a little bit right now and doing a Jordan 2 for doing a AJ 1 low KO. Because I know apparently Cortez. That's a thing. Like I guess the Cortez, those are big on the West Coast. I can kind of see that one, but like the field general right now, like I don't know. Like I get it, you're pulling that out to try to compete with the Samba, which I'm not sold is actually real competition, but it just seems like it's almost like, remember when 350s were limited? There was like just a couple of colorways coming out here and there, and then they just got beat to hell. Like they just got colorway after colorway after colorway. And that's kind of like where I feel with Union right now. You know what I mean? It's like they just did too much. And, like I said, I respect them for trying, but like, it's like, why are they trying?
My question was always, whose fault is it? Is it Nike saying, yo, we need another shoe. We got it. We got to have 5 this year. We got to have 6 this year. Or is it Union that's okay, we want to do this, we want to do that? And I feel like Alma Maniere is like the people's champ, where they've always been looking out for the consumer, not price-wise. I won't say that because like prices are crazy and their merch and stuff is stupid. I've never bought anything other than a t-shirt.
$150 t-shirt, you can keep that, man.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the just what they put out to the community is that they're for the people, and I think they've started to do this for me just a little bit because they're putting out too much. Like we're getting 2 5s, 2 12s, we're getting another 4, we're getting another 3. It doesn't feel special anymore. Like, it doesn't feel like you get one of these every now and again. And I think oversaturation is kind of the root of all of this problem. Like, give us 1, give us 2.
Yeah.
You're getting 3, 4, 5 pairs a year. It's crazy.
Like, I'm good if I don't hear another Union collab or another Reimagined collab
Exactly.
for another year. Like, I'm good with that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you're making it not special by watering it down so much. Not watering it down in terms of quality, but it's like, you know, how many more times can we see Reimagined put out that same color palette? You know, before we actually, now there's supposed to be what was it, Air Max 95 that got
Air Max
messed around with?
95, a 3 and a 4 on the way.
Yeah, and it's like, at this point, it's almost like Reimagined has become a subline. You know what I mean? It's almost becoming like Yeezy is to Adidas, or like Jordan was to like, it's almost like its own thing that they're coming out with such consistency. Like, we just got the 5 in December, or
And
maybe
it's
it was going to be
crazy to say you don't want more shoes, right? Like, and I'm not, as a sneakerhead, and I don't even call myself a sneakerhead, bro. As a sneaker enthusiast, man, I feel like I hate these like titles, but like, as a sneaker enthusiast, I just, it's crazy to say you don't want more shoes, but like,
I can't stand the
I
word
just want
sneakerhead,
them, and I want them to feel genuine when they put it out. Like, I want to get it and be like, yo, I have to have that shoe because I haven't seen one in a year. But it's like, I didn't need the 5s. Once I seen that they had 2 pairs of 5s, I feel like they were making me complete a set. It's just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to complete a set. Like, I just want 1. So I don't know.
And you know, the other thing that I find kind of funny is the way like Nike kind of like knocks off their own collabs. You know what I mean? Like, you had the Travis Scott Mocha, then they put out the Dark Mocha right after that. You had the Reimagined 3, and then they put out that like that Muslim pair, I think it was. Kind of mimic the aesthetic of that. Like, it's not uncommon for them to put out a collab and then put out a pair that's more accessible that looks kind of similar. Like, they put out those mids. Remember, they put out the Jordan 1 mid that had the same color blocking as the Union one. It was,
which is where that poor man's title comes from. Like, the poor man's this, the poor man's that, and it's like, you don't realize that people, like, they did the shimmer kind of looked like the Off-White 4, right? You know, so it's like, I don't know, man. Overboard for sure. What did homie say? Reginald Galloway, what did he say? I think it really depends on the collaborator. For instance, Reimagined has pretty much hit every Nike/Jordan collab for the past few years. Also, most of the Nike SB Dunk lows are collabs. They are.
Quick stripes are.
They are, but I feel like the level of attention and detail, and I don't want to say limited nature, but like, everybody ain't getting the SB. Like, you're not gonna see everybody walking around with it. Like, Reimagined, everybody's been hitting on like multiple pairs.
In Chicago, right?
Exactly.
You're in Chicago, right? Yeah, that's a sneaker capital of the world right there. Everybody's got heat on feet there.
Everybody's got it.
You know, you made a good point about the SBs, and Reginald, you did too. So the quick strikes, the SBs, you know, the ones that are coming in the sale box right now, those, for by and large, are collaborations. And I think what's making them special is every one of them is collaborating with something different. It's not like, you know, you're getting an Reimagined over and over and over again, or you're getting a Union over and over and over again. You're finding a new partner every time, and every one of those people, for the most part, they're not big names. You know what I mean? They're not big, huge names. Like, let's be honest. How many people knew the name of Crenshaw Skate Club before the Dunk?
Or
who
April?
Knew about Born and
I had
Raised
to figure out who April was. I was like, what is that?
Yes. How many of y'all knew who Run the Jewels was before the Dunks came out?
A lot of them did. Outside of Supreme was crazy, but who knew who Ramel Z was? Like, people had to like go and figure out what that was. You know what I mean? So
I didn't know.
Yeah, right. I did too. I had to like literally look it up to figure out who it was. So, and
I didn't know who he was at all.
He said SB is not using a big name designer either, and people are calling for an Reimagined SB or a Union. You know what I mean? People want it though, right?
Yeah, but that's,
you guys want to see an Reimagined SB?
No, stop that. No, that's blasphemous, man.
I want to hear what they got to say.
Superfly, to me, this is what makes the SB special, is that these are actually digging down to the street levels. All these little skate shops, all these little skate companies, you know, even big time skateboarders like Udo and what's her name, Risa. She's got hers coming out later on this year. That's what makes these things special, is that there's a little more authenticity to the
Yeah.
SB collabs. You know, there's a little bit more backstory, a little bit more vibe to them. Whereas, you know, your typical Jordan collabs just look like, yeah, all right, we slapped a new colorway on them. I know Amamanier does a good job telling the story. They do.
Yeah.
They do a good job putting it out
And you
there.
said something. You said something about telling a story, right? So like,
Yeah.
you said my favorite one would probably be something like this, right? And
Okay.
I have
The three.
destroyed my suede on these trying to clean it. If you guys look at it, it's tough, it's ruffled
Ooh.
up, but
Oh my
when
God.
this one was raised by women. This one was raised by
Yep.
women. I was raised by my grandmother. This is like my favorite. This is it right here, man. Like this is one of my and I'm a Travis guy, like everybody knows, like I'm a Travis guy, but this is probably my favorite. And I think it's the most simple of anything that they've done. Like it's not like overly done. So hopefully when we get the next one this year, it looks similar to this.
You know, I got a funny story about that shoe myself, because you know, the raised by women, that kind of hit home with me too. You know, I was kind of, for the by and large, raised by my mother, and you know, when that pair came out, it was a pretty easy manual hit on Shopify. I think it was the first did the they did the domain change, and you know, in passing, my girl had said, "Oh yeah, those are cute. I like them." So I said, "You know what? It's a women-based shoe." I ran her size on that day, got it, copped it. Like a month later, the thing shipped because that pair took forever to get here. I got it. She's like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't really care for them that much." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
No.
This is like one of the greatest collabs ever. And I go to look at my size, and it's like $1,000. I'm like, "Yeah,
man,
we ain't running those jewels for that much of a price, man." But it is what it is, you know. But you know, you mentioned some of the other brands like, you know, Asics and New Balance and Saucony and Salomon to an extent, and obviously all those like you know, dad shoe kind of brands. They're definitely on the come up right now. You know, StockX put out a report, I think it was late last year, about how big they're doing it. You know, how much they're growing, and they're making names. Like Asics is making names with some of their collaborations. Like
they are.
They did the big gallery department one at the end of last year, that hidden NY. That was gangbusters what they did. So like it can be done, you know what I mean?
I think so too. And I think that they're the whole dad shoe thing kind of went from like the whole Yeezy 700 down to like more runner-esque kind of sneakers. And the Vomero was one of those ones that was that was fire to me. I didn't even think that I would like a Vomero, and then liking that sneaker kind of tailed off into me saying, okay, well, Asics are cool, and like New Balances, okay, those are kind of dope too. And then now I'm looking at Saucony. I'm looking at Saucony because of J Tips and because of some of the stuff that we're seeing coming out of there. So I think Nike's shortcomings is boosting other brands up, and that's just being brutally honest. I love Nike, but from a creative standpoint, we got to do better. We talked about the SBs for a while. We put an SB logo on the back of a Jordan 4, and it went crazy. And I don't understand.
I honestly, I thought that shit was so ugly.
like what? We put an SB
I agree
on
with
the
you,
back.
man.
And that was it.
It's a little bit lazy, and it shows in Nike because people are taking chunks out of their market share, not only in just streetwear shoes, but you look at their running shoes, which is what Nike was built on. And, you know, brands like Brooks and Asics are taking a big chunk out of them. And, you know, like you said, the dad shoes, personally, I think that what's really behind that is that, you know, a lot of the OG sneakerheads that actually, you know, had Air Max 95s in 1995 and people that actually saw Jordan play. I'm getting a little bit older, like myself. I'm a little bit older right now. You know, I've been, you know, running around my life, chasing kids around and having a little more cushion from the Vomero, from a 991.
Right. It's like actually what it's for.
I ain't mad at it, bro.
Not just the aesthetics.
I ain't mad at it. And now you got people like Kith and Jound like just throwing heat at it, man. I love to see it. And maybe it's because of you know, the people that are designing these shoes are getting a little bit older. And they're starting to reach towards that level. You know, like you said, Kanye's 50, man. Kanye's 50. You know, Ronnie Fieg is in his 40s. Jound is in his late 30s. Teddy Santis, I believe, is almost 40. Like, these people are getting a little bit older, so they're starting to change up a little bit. And now they're the ones that are starting to, step Nike aside a little bit. It seems like
It's literally like I said, yeah, it's like the perfect marriage. Like when you have somebody who's been designing and you kind of follow their growth pattern too with, okay, I'm getting a little bit older. I don't like the same things that I like. These colors, the colors are different that I care for, that I like to, that I want to put together. And we put that on sneakers. The younger crowd probably isn't gonna gravitate to that. So
yeah,
everyone has a space, which I think is dope. I think is dope. I still have yet to cop a New Balance. I was just looking at a couple of New Balances. I definitely wanted my first to be a Joe Freshgood Chicago Connection, but
nice.
I I I didn't even attempt to cop the Keisha Blue. Y'all, my chat is listening too, right? So like, I didn't even attempt to cop the Keisha Blue because I forgot. And people were hitting me up. It was like, yo, the Keisha Blue is a Chicago exclusive. You need to enter and go and pick it up and do a vlog and all that because we just got a Supreme Chicago. So I
Yeah,
vlog and I go and do stuff whenever I go cop that. I didn't even attempt. Everybody was hitting. And now I'm the
wow,
dude who lives in Chicago who didn't get the Keisha Blue for retail in Chicago.
slipping.
So I'm
Yeah,
slipping. Yeah,
I
I'm
like what he
definitely
does
slipping.
too, the way he does the pop-up shots and does them for the local Chicago. Like, I got no
Yeah,
problem with that. Like, people in other
yeah,
cities are beefing about it. I didn't get my chance. Like, the guy's taking care of his people. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
staying true to who he is. And I like Joe. Like, I mean, I don't know him personally, but
Yeah,
his collaborations are good. Like, I do think that some of his New Balances are going a little bit stale, which is why I'm glad to see this new, the belly pack go a little
yeah,
bit far away from what he was doing last year with all the pinks and the blues and all those softer
yeah,
colors.
yeah,
So
yeah. Like the pastel.
yeah,
I feel like pastel kind of took over last year. Pastel took
yeah,
over,
I
and
agree.
then and with J Tips, I think he took it over the top with that's you either like that shoe or you just you hate it completely, right? Like as far as like the
Yeah,
Saucony.
here's the thing, like I can't pull that pair off. You know what I mean? Like I can't pull
And I
that
think you
off.
could. It just depends on the day.
Yeah, man. I don't know
It
what
just
day we keep
depends on
talking
the
about,
day.
man, but I don't think I got the swag for that, bro. I'm an old man, and
You
but a
got
lot
the
of people do. I
swag.
respect it. Like I respect it. Like same thing as the
Yeah.
Vomero, the Dornbacher. Like I maybe I can pull that one off, but like I respect the effort. I respect the work that went into it. So it's cool to see people get their opportunity like Tips and really, really show out with it. Because to me, that was one of the top 5 sneakers of the year, even though it ain't my cup of tea.
Yeah, like I initially didn't love it. I didn't love it, but I kept looking at it and I kept seeing, you know what happens? I'm and I'll admit it. I will say I don't like that shoe at all. I can't stand it
Mhm.
because I personally don't think that I could fit it, or like you just said, like I don't know how to pull it off.
Yeah.
Maybe I could if I knew how, but then I start seeing fit pics and people posting images and like, when you see it on Instagram and this person just put this dope fit together, I'm like, yo, I could do that. That's fire. Those are I need those. So yeah, man, I think there's a lot of room, but I do think that some of these younger, not I want to say younger, some of these newer creators or designers, they got to stop giving free work away, because I see that a lot where somebody will design something and make a custom out of it, post all these pictures, and then a couple years later or a few months down the line, a company has it in hand and they're putting it
Yeah.
out, and that's where they're getting that creativity from. Which that's a whole different conversation, because I feel like there's so many other smaller brands, like brands that we don't even talk about at all, that do a really good job design wise, but they just don't
Yeah.
have the eyes. They don't have the eyes on them.
Absolutely.
So,
It's hard to break into this space, man, with
oh
something
yeah,
something new. It's really hard. It's like trying to get somebody to change the cocktail that they drink. You know what I mean? Like
facts.
I'm a tequila man. You know what I mean? That's what I
Me
like.
too, bro.
Somebody comes at me with a gin or a bourbon, I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate it, but that's not my cup of tea." You know what I mean?
I got some Comos upstairs, man. Don't make me break it out. It's
Right.
early over here.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's a little bit early, but I'm sure it's 5 o'clock
It's
somewhere, right?
10:50. It's 10:50.
Some
No,
sort of some sort of time zone.
yeah, right. It's 10:50.
So we had talked about maybe you bringing on one of your favorite collabs. Was that the 3? Like, is that your favorite collab of all time?
This is probably my favorite, because it's the most, I know it's my favorite because it's either my number 1 or number 2 most worn sneaker that I would think is worth anything to anybody. Like sometimes
Okay.
I baby my shoes. I won't lie. Like I do baby them sometimes. This one I don't baby. I wear it. I'm a drive in it, and I'm gonna do everything in it. So this is probably one of my favorites. The other
Because I
one
see
would
some other
be
stuff behind you right there, man. I see some boxes and shoes that look familiar.
yeah, man, like this one.
Super set my neck and my back. Need a backiotomy, I think.
That one probably is it.
Ooh, there it
That's my
is.
other one.
The
It's
Travis
still in
Ford.
pretty good condition.
Yeah.
You see that? That's a
You
lot of
definitely put some
wear,
work
bro.
in.
It's a lot of wear on these. Yeah,
That
these are
shoe, I take pride in, like, taking care of my shoes and being able to clean them up proper. That is probably the hardest shoe to actually keep fresh, man.
I've
It's
never put any water on it. I've never
it's
put
so hard.
anything. So it's actually dirty. Like you can see
Yeah.
it's actually dirty. Like it's dirty. I've never tried to because I will ruin it. It's creased to hell. I've worn it a
Yep.
bunch of times. Like you guys can see all that creasing in there. I've worn the hell out of it. I just
Yeah. If you
can't.
put water on that thing, it's gonna bleed hard.
And I've never done it. I've never put water on it. So yeah, I just can't,
Wow.
bro.
All right. So,
I
so
just
y'all in
can't.
the
I
chat, what do you
already
rate him
messed this one up.
on his collabs right there? How do you do with it? I got a couple of mine to kind of show off too. So let me know what
Let
you
me see
think.
what you got. Let's see what you got.
So one of my favorites right here, the 5 on it, the
Oh,
undefeated
the
dunk,
undefeated joint.
the undefeated. And the reason that I love this pair so much is, I love undefeated. Like I love the brand. I love their
Yeah.
correlation with sport. The undefeated training called the jiu-jitsu program. Like I love what they do. I love the brand. But this one is so important to me because it's all black and I can pass it
Yeah.
off as my work shoes when I go to the job.
Exactly right. It's a
Because
work
it's
shoe,
all
bro.
black.
What are you
My
talking
boss
about?
is
It's
trying to
all
get away
black.
with this. So I have absolutely run this pair to ground. You can see the toe box is just beat. It came with a couple
Yeah.
of like factory blemishes on it. So I tried to re-dye the toe box. It didn't really go the way I wanted it to. That was back when I was just starting to dabble. But this pair is like, this is a special one for me. The undefeated, I got 5 on it. They did that whole release with 3 different forces, 3 different dunks. But the materials on it, like, I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I still wear this shoe a
That one
lot.
was fire. I remember that
Yeah.
drop. I remember that drop. And then
Yeah.
like
So
the
I was
undefeated,
actually,
the multicolored Air Force One joint, that one.
yep.
That one to me, I was like, yo, if you could pull that off? But then I'm like, okay, J Tip. So like people have been pulling this off since forever.
You talking about the patent leather one, right?
Influence SB says he has the whole pack. Shout out to my boy Influence, man. I'm gonna give you some air horns for that.
Damn, he got the whole kit. Damn, so probably my other favorite, right? I doubt anybody's even heard of these. So I'm a big Vans guy. Like Vans old school is probably my favorite silhouette.
Okay.
So this one right here, the double taps, Japanese brand, super smooth, man. Super
That's
smooth,
crazy.
old
I've never
school.
heard of those.
Yeah, these came out, I think, like 2 years ago. They dropped
Yeah.
real low key, real under the radar. But what I love about this is I'm gonna zoom in. This is probably the best suede I've ever seen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can get it on there, but you see the trails going back and
The
forth.
strokes.
Nike doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Nike suede does not do that. This is
Mm-mm.
definitely probably my favorite collaboration that I have. It's a little bit weird on the toe. Like, I don't know if you can see it, the way it kind of bows out on the midsole right there. A little bit
Yeah.
weird, but this is definitely probably my favorite. So
I used to rock Vans heavy, man. I used to wear Vans heavy back in the day. Like y'all don't notice about me. All right, chat. We opening up now, guys. Don't judge me. All right. DC used to be it for me, bro. All right. I
DC,
used to rock
everybody had
Vans in DC back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Don't judge me. Look, the whole chat's
Hey,
about to start judging me.
I probably got about 6 pairs of Vans in rotation right now. I probably wear Vans like 2 or 3 times a week. And they do some nice collaborations too. Like they do the Supreme kit every year. They did that double taps. Like they always got some fly stuff going on.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
super
so
sky tops. You said
yeah,
no,
exactly.
not DC. Hey, look, man, Supras. When Wayne was wearing Supras, I was wearing Supras. Wayne made it possible, okay?
It's all good. So well, that's about all I got, man. I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today. Before we go, you want to see if anybody has a question or two for you want to tap into?
What you guys got, man? Ask me anything, man.
Yeah,
Ask
ask
me
my man
anything.
anything. Ask away. We got open game right now. I know you want to talk about whatever.
You guys want to
Sneakers,
ask Chris? You guys want to ask Chris anything? Uncle Chrissy, everybody's favorite unc. Let me know, chat. Let me know if you guys want to ask him anything. He said he sold that pack.
I ain't Shannon Sharp. Judge what?
Everybody's favorite unc.
We got completely changed what everyone in my office wears, from dress shoes to sneakers. Yeah, I got lucky with that too, man. I think COVID helped us do a lot of that for everybody, for sure.
Reese says, are the fours restocking?
So I touched on this a little bit earlier, I think, before you tuned in, and I don't think we're done with this shoe yet.
Okay.
I don't think we're done with it. I'm just going on gut instinct right now because honestly, the sneakers drop was really weird. It was really, really strange the way it went down, the way I didn't see a whole lot of dubs. Like I didn't see as many dubs as I saw during the shock drop. And people were telling me that they didn't enter until 10:09, 10:14, and they got like instant dubs on these. Whereas I was pending for 25 minutes and nothing happened. Yeah. So that I'm kind of the belief that we're not done with this pair yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be a sneakers reserve, a second chance cop, maybe a sneakers pass. Because I actually heard as late as today that some of the Nike stores still had pairs in stock.
Oh,
because
wow.
nobody really knew about
it's just a lot of pairs of this shoe, man. Like, but if we go on history, didn't we get a restock of Lost and Founds too? We got a restock of that one too, right? So like,
yeah, I don't think we're done with it, but for the time being, man, I'm over this shoe. I'm absolutely over it for now.
Oh man, yeah. We haven't even gotten a chance to talk about that over here, but I am over this shoe. I'm over the shoe. We seen it. We talked about it for forever. So as soon as the pictures came out, it was all leather. I've got a chance to witness people hate them, and then I got a chance to witness people say, "Oh my God, I didn't hit on them, but I thought you hated them." And, and then we get a shock drop, 200 something thousand pairs. It seemed like it was. We never really got a real number on it, but it seemed like 200,000 pairs dropped that day.
There was a lot of dubs out there for sure.
It's a lot of W's.
What I clocked was 190 for the shock drop, and then I think there was like 245 left for the actual release. But
and that's
Spartan, what's this about, bro? You used to bully your little bro for wearing Vans?
No.
Like, come on, man. Let the dude wear what he wants to wear. Tons of skater friends growing up, seeing all the kicks, even if not for me. I respected the bulk. Yeah, skate shoes definitely got to have a little bit more to them. They run them out pretty good. The old flat feet look funny in them. Yeah, to be honest, if you're going to the amusement park that day, Vans may not be for
the way.
Yeah, the waffle ain't for everybody. Those red and gum bottom SB orange labels are fire. I can't wait to cop
red and gum bottom. Was those Mystic Reds?
Yeah, they just started teasing official images, I think, yesterday. So, the navy and gum bottom SBs that were running the new orange labels, it's a red version of that.
Oh, okay.
It's a red version of that. I posted it up on my IG yesterday. Personally, it's a little bit loud for my liking. It is going to be an orange label, so most likely it's in-store only. It should be hitting in the next month. I don't think we're going to see a sneakers drop on that, but I'm glad to see there's a little bit more going on with the orange labels. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about something else real quick?
Please.
You got time?
Please.
Just a little bit.
What you got? I know you got your own chat going on over there, so let me know.
We're good. They chilling, they're vibing, they're asking questions. We're talking. What do you think about? So I think, and I've said this, I think maybe SB is taking a step back in 2024. I think they're going backwards a little bit in the sense of, my homie just said, moving on, let's talk about the Futuras. Right now, that's the only one, right? That's the only one I see. Influence said,
I was talking to a buddy of mine who's got some SB plugs, and I'm like, is it just me, or has it just been kind of dormant so far this year? Like, apologies if I butcher her name, but Raisa Lee, the young lady who's just a skateboarding savant, she's got her collab coming out. I believe it's next month, but we haven't heard anything. Like, you got that one. What was it, the one I like to call the no fussing, no mussing, no cussing pair? The one that's after the the Big Lot stores with that comes with the receipt.
Yeah. Was it big money something?
Whatever, big money. The home goods pair, like you're reaching on that one a little bit, I think.
That's so. All right, so it's my man says chill. It's February. Okay, I'm chilling. Live, laugh, love. Okay, live, laugh, love. That's the name of it. I'm
Yeah,
chilling,
no
but
fussing,
they
no mussing,
chilling.
no
They're
cussing,
chilling
bro.
too. SB, I feel like is not as hot at this time this year as they were even maybe last year. I mean, I know
I
there's
agree.
more to see, but there's a lot to compete against in 2024, sneaker for sneaker. The
Yeah,
Racer, I think it's the Racer Leal or Leali or Leal. Or, I'm sorry if like I said, I don't say her name correctly, but we have the Racer, and then we have Futura and Live, Laugh, Love, right? And then we had the City Pack, the City of Love or whatever that is, the City of Love SBs. That's 4 right there. Where do
that's it.
those rank in 2023?
Not very high to me, man. Not very
Not very
high. And
high.
I think a lot of what I heard was that, and again, this is just hearsay, but I think SB really got upset with the amount of leaks that happened last year. And
Oh
I think
yeah.
that they're taking security a little bit more tight. You know what I mean? Because they want the chance to tell the story before, an early pair guy, a backdoor guy, a reseller gets the chance to say, hey, world's first look in hand. And from what I heard, they're
That
taking
might
that
be it.
a little bit more seriously this year. So
I
who
didn't
knows?
even think about that. And I'm glad you brought that up. So I can shut up on saying they're taking a step back because they might just be holding things a little closer to the chest because last
Yeah,
year
who knows?
everything was exploited. We saw everything before they wanted us to.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of got over that one real quick, man. Like the way that we're already talking about holiday 24 releases.
Oh my
I saw
God.
the military blue shock drop pictures yesterday. I'm like, come on, like, can we enjoy the moment a little bit, people? Like, can we enjoy it for a second?
I just said
I
that.
don't know.
I said the consumerist nature of sneakers is on to the next. I get it. It's on to the next, but with reason, man. Like let's just bask in it. Let's just
Yeah,
talk about sneakers as a whole. We don't have to be buying something every other day. Like and
yeah,
most of us can't. I can't. I'm not buying stuff every day.
me.
So
Nope. But
it's crazy.
like the four just dropped. Like people don't even have them yet, and I'm sick and tired of talking about it because we've been
Yeah,
doing it since September. But whatever. That's all the nature of the beast. But
yeah.
I try to keep these under an hour, bro. So I really do
For sure.
appreciate you for tuning in. I really do appreciate you for tuning in. If y'all haven't done so already, hit my man with a sub on YouTube, drop him a follow on Instagram and Twitter, and please make sure you tune into his Crucial Hours. What time do you usually go live every morning?
So I try to do something that's just later than everyone else. Most people are on at 7 or 8. So I usually do
Yeah.
like 9:30-ish until like 11:30 noon. We just hang out, we vibe. We're 8 subs away from 6.4K, man. So if you guys haven't already, I appreciate you for
Woo!
having me on. Make sure you guys come over and hit that sub button. If you're hopping off, come over and hang out with us for a little bit, man. We're just gonna
Yeah,
chill
8
for a little
subs.
while.
Get him up there today. Let's get my man up there in the next hour, people. If you're rocking with me, please rock with him for sure.
And y'all
But
do the
yeah,
same.
thank you
Y'all
all
do
for
the
tuning
same,
in.
man. We had a lot of people say that they went over and tapped in with you. They hit that sub button. If you guys haven't already, tap in with them. I'll post this link in my chat. That's typically the easiest way. Let me go ahead and post your
Yeah, let
link
me
in
do the
here
same
real
for you
fast.
real quick.
Make sure you guys go ahead and tap in with everybody's favorite not named Shay Shay. All right, tap in with him, man. Let's get him up there. He's almost at 1.5. And you guys will see a lot more of us, man. We'll be tapping
Here
in
we
with each
go.
other. We got to do a live cop together too, though. And
Dude,
we
I'm
could do
down
it.
for it, man. I'm down for it. I really enjoyed today. When I came on your show real quick, was it a
Sure.
week or two ago? I
Yeah,
love
for
it, man.
sure.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your day. Your chat, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, my man. Thanks again.
Peace.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's about all we got for today. This is the second episode of the Drop Shop. It does mean a lot to me for each and every one of you that tuned in. If you could do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that like button, and show my man Crew some love over on his channel. But that's about all we got for today. I'm going to try to do these a little bit more frequently, as much as time permits. Real quick, just say goodbye to everybody. Superfly, super appreciate you. Same with music. Yeah. Again, like I said with the StreamYard, I do have to add all the comments to the chat manually. So please don't take it personal if I missed you. But that's about it. Uncle Chrissy, I'm going to sign off for today. And again, appreciate each and every one of y'all. Peace.